We connected a human being directly to the information grid. Internet, telephone, satellite.
All the intel I have access to, I can see it like a virtual evidence wall. The chip pro.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to our power, our Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honor unto our elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, who still rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of Israel, the house of David, beginning with the 144,000, as well as the 1/3, and the innumerable multitude of Israelites that are scattered. The innumerable multitude of Israelites that are scattered among the nations, the different men, women, and little ones, little boys, and little girls whom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, is going to have mercy on in his time, whoever you may be. Shalom Yasharala, peace Israel. This is your brother Chazak from GMS, Jackson, Mississippi. Former member of GMS Chicago, but I'm still with us brothers in the spirit. Back at you once again through the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And this is going to be another update. All right. So welcome to another update of the MOTB is the CHIP. All right. And we're going to entitle this one Neuralink implants first brain CHIP in UK patient. Okay. Neuralink implants first brain CHIP, as some brothers, call it, some of the apostles call it that. They implanted the first brain CHIP in UK patient. Okay. And we speak in code because we know that the YouTube is sensitive nowadays. All right. But it's all good. They can't stop this truth. But we do what we got to do to, put the content out there. So what I played in the introduction, I'm going to see if it let me play it again. I'm not sure if you heard the audio or not. All right. But I'll see if it'll let me do it. Now this is the trailer from the TV series Intelligence, which is on Amazon Prime. Okay. It was showing on CBS for a minute, but they took it off of there. And it's currently on Amazon Prime. Now you got to pay to watch it. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and did what I had to do because I really wanted to see this. Okay. It costs about $10 to watch the whole series, but you don't have to do that. All right. You can just simply watch the trailer. Everything you need to know about that TV series is really in the trailer. Okay. And once again, this TV series is called Intelligence. All right. Now I'm going to play this again. Lord will, you can hear the audio. So let me see if it'll let me play it.
Processes it like a computer, but my brain metabolizes it like a brain.
That is a great party trick.
Salakia. Let me go back to about the 1 minute mark. Bam.
A human being directly to the information grid. Internet, telephone, satellite.
All the intel I have access.
Right. He's connected to all that. See, this is the world that they want. This is the world that Esau Edom wants. All right. And you see it coming to life by way of companies such as Neuralink, companies such as Synchron. And there's a few companies in China working on the same technology. Okay. And they even made a point in the TV series. Once again, the TV series is called Intelligence. They made a point that the entire world is fighting over this type of technology, which hence the prophecy in Revelation 13 and 16, Esau Edom by way of his beast system, is going to mandate everyone that's all around the planet to have this. We're approaching that time. Okay? This is what they want. They want the internet inside of you. You connected to the internet, but they also want it in you. You know?
Connected a human being directly to the information grid. Internet, telephone, satellite.
All the intel I have access to, I can see it like a virtual evidence wall. The chip processes.
Yeah. And they're mentioning the charagma. They are mentioning the charagma. And Lord Will, YouTube doesn't act up because I'm playing some of this trailer. You know?
While other agencies have been busy trying to make artificial intelligence more human, we gave a human kind of power that had previously only been found in a machine. And
yeah, because they want you to merge with technology. They want you to become one with AI. You know?
we gave a human kind of power that had previously only been found in a machine, an advanced intelligence agent.
Yep. Once again, they show you the charagma. You know? Now, we're going to get into this article, man. We got a couple of articles, actually. Okay? And as far as for that, you know, the TV series, you can watch it yourself or just watch the trailer, you know? You can watch the full trailer. Once again, this is called Intelligence. Okay? Now, let's get into this article, man. Now, this was put on investing.com. All right. Elon Musk Neuralink implants first brain chip in UK patient. And this was put up earlier today. You know? Put up earlier today. All right. And why is this on an investing website? You know? Why is this on a website that has to do with investing? That has to do with the stock market? Because this is where the world is heading. And you're going to come to find out there are a lot of billionaires outside of Elon Musk invest in this technology. And the top wicked elite of Esau Edom, they're the ones behind this whole agenda. And they are trillionaires. They are not billionaires. They are trillionaires. Talking about these international banking families. All right, so let's read this title again. Elon Musk Neuralink implants first brain chip in UK patient. So this thing is moving fast. All right. Once again, this article was put up today. This was put up within the last 24 hours, man. You know? So let's get on with it. All right, it's on investing.com. Elon Musk's brain chip startup Neuralink has successfully implanted its device in its first UK participant, a paralyzed man identified as Paul, who suffers from motor neuron disease. Which I'm gonna fact check this actually, because this could possibly be a little old. So let me fact check it really quick. Okay, just give me a second. Because we do so many videos on Charagma, sometimes you can miss something, or sometimes you can go over information you really already been over it, and you just forgot about it. Because, you know, we're speaking the prophecies over and over again. So that happens, you know. All right, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know what? This has to be new. This would have to be new. or Tawadi Halbashim Shai. This has to be very recent information because there's a few websites that has it put up a day ago, you know, and once again, really within the last, 24 hours, it could be a little bit over 24 hours, but it's recent. Okay, 3 websites. We have 3 websites that has this information. Okay. And Tawadi Halbashim Shai, really you want to, fact check everything because we want to be sure, We're speaking the word of Heavenly Father, so we have to speak it exactly. All right, so this is another website here, and they updated this info 3 hours ago. Neuralink's first UK patient controls computer with thoughts after implant. And this is on a Tesla website, Tesla North. All right. So this is new. This is breaking news. All right. This is breaking news. Oh, check this out. This is put up on X. So this is pretty much straight from the horse's mouth. You're getting it live from the source. All right. Because Elon Musk, he owns X now, formerly known as Twitter. Okay, he has X. Now, this is one of the posts by Neuralink, and this was posted today. Once again, within the last 24 hours, put up by Neuralink on X at Neuralink, and it says the British flag. All right, we're excited to announce our first participant in the UK, Paul, who was paralyzed due to motor neuron disease, received his Neuralink implant at UCLH earlier this month and was able to control a computer with his thoughts just hours after surgery. Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And this is him right here. This is Paul, all right? This guy in a wheelchair staring into the computer screen. Okay. Right. Hey, look at the date. It says 11 a.m. October 27th, 2025. So once again, within the last 24 hours, man, this information has been put up. All right. So this is not a damn conspiracy theory. This is happening. Look at that. Okay. Look at this. So the prophecy is speaking, man. We're living in the beginning of the prophecy speaking. Okay. The Wadi Halbashim Yahushai, So this will make 13 participants, you could say 13 patients that Neuralink has now. All right. And you ain't seen nothing yet. They desire to implant a lot more people before this year is out. Before we're out of 2025, they plan on implanting more people with the link. All right. They call their device Link. That's the nickname they have for it. I tell you what, we'll read this info off of Tesla North, and then we'll go back to the other article I had. All right. So it says Neuralink's first UK patient controls computer with thoughts after implant. All right. Neuralink has successfully completed its first human brain implant procedure in the United Kingdom, marking another major milestone for Elon Musk founded neurotechnology company. And that's a big thing for him, man, because pretty much Elon Musk, he's basically British. I want to say he grew up in South Africa, but he's of Edomite British origin, But yeah, also as our elder apostles mentioned, see what you see happening in Europe is pretty much a model or trial run for what they're bringing to the U.S. Although they've implanted people in the U.S. with this technology, you see a lot happening in Europe as well. You know, there's a lot happening over there as well, man. You know, you look at Sweden, you look at Spain, you look at Germany, you look at the UK. There's a lot of people that had this tech. Now it says on a Monday post on X, Neuralink announced that its first UK participant, Paul, who suffers from paralysis due to motor neuron disease, received the company's telepathy brain implant at University College London hospitals earlier this month. Right, so they already implanted this guy with the technology earlier this month, but now they're just revealing it to you. Now they're pretty much, you know, putting this guy on exhibit, showcasing their work. According to the company, Paul was able to control the computer with his thoughts just hours after the surgery. But yeah, you know, that's likened to going back to this series right here, you know. And this series came out in 2014. Nonetheless, this thing is real, man. This is actually happening. All right. I'm gonna play this one more time, man. All right. Once again, this is from the TV series called Intelligence. It was first on CBS, but now it's on Amazon Prime. So I'm gonna play just a little bit of this again.
We connected a human being directly to the information grid. Internet, telephone, satellite.
All the intel I have access to, I can see it like a virtual evidence wall. The chip processes it.
Yep, all by that charagma. They can do it all by way of this charagma, because the charagma is the end-all be-all for this man's system. The charagma, the C to the H to the I to the P, is the mark of this beast system according to the Bible. All right, and that's why we constantly go over this through the Holy Spirit, warning you to not take it, man. Getting ourselves ready in the spirit, you know, hey, because you know what? We're held accountable also. We're held accountable more because we're teaching this, okay? We all have to get ourselves together, you know, for the hour of temptation, all right? We plan to not take it, and for you other members of the Hopeful Elect, you plan to not take it. But you see how real it is, man. They'll come out with a damn TV series, and you'll see that, you know what, they're actually doing this. They're really doing this, man. Okay? So back in the article, all right? According to the company, Paul was able to control the computer with his thoughts just hours after the surgery. And they keep calling it the telepathy device. Hey, these devils are proud, man. But they're proud because they see the work of their hands, which ultimately is the Heavenly Father giving you this technology. You know, you're not doing this on your own. The Lord gave you this to fulfill his prophecies. All right. In particular, the prophecy of the mark of the beast, you know. The telepathy device allows paralyzed patients to communicate with and control computers using only their minds. But guess what? This is just the beginning, because very soon the agenda is for the general population to have this technology. Okay? That's what's coming down the road ahead, man. You know? Not only people with paralysis is going to have this. The average human is going to have this. And this is what they want. Okay? The ultra-thin threads of the Neuralink implant were inserted by the company's proprietary RI robot in collaboration with UCLH neurosurgeons Harith Akram and William Moorhead. This procedure marks Neuralink's first human trial outside of North America. That's why it's a milestone. Expanding beyond the US and more recently Canada, where its first participant, Nolan Arbaugh, received the same device last year. And the point is that it's an agenda, man. This is the agenda on the table by the wicked elite. All right. That's why they're moving beyond, Babylon. They're moving beyond Babylon the Great, because the prophecy tells you that everyone around the planet is going to be mandated to have this. All right. Neuralink said Paul's successful operation highlights the potential of his brain-computer interface technology to restore independence and communication for people living with paralysis. But for everyone else, it's going to be like they have superpowers. That's how they're going to look at it. You know, they're going to look at this, technology, them becoming one with it, as if they have some type of superhuman capabilities. He's now working with our engineers to explore using the implant to play his favorite video games, like Dawn of War, and perform other tasks that could enrich and restore autonomy in his daily life, the company said. But just wait. You ain't seen nothing yet. They're going to be able to do a whole lot more than what you see now. All right? So once again, this is breaking news concerning the MOTB. All right? They have about 3 articles for you here. And there could be more. But I'm just pulling up 3 now. All right? All right, that's 1, that's 2. And this is 3 right here. Okay? And once again, we showed the post on X, X formerly known as Twitter. All right. So you can find this for yourself. All right. Now back into this other article I had. Now it says Elon Musk Neuralink implants first brain CHIP. How about say CHIP? Same thing. All right. First brain CHIP in UK patient. All right. Let's see here. It's pretty much gonna say the same thing, but we'll run through it. All right. We'll run through it. Elon Musk brain CHIP startup Neuralink has successfully implanted its device in its first UK participant, a paralyzed man identified as Paul who suffers from motor neuron disease. The procedure took place at University College London hospitals earlier this month, according to an announcement from Neuralink on its X social media account. We just showed that. Within hours after surgery, Paul was able to control a computer using only his thoughts. Right? And you know what they're going to fully do? You're going to be fully connected to the grid soon, man. They're going to want you connected to everything. Okay? What they call the Internet of Things. All your data is going to be on that damn chip, or C-hip, excuse me. But you know what? Edom knows what we're saying, man. We'll speak in code, but they know what we're saying, It's really the Lord that allows these videos to stay up, But yeah, man, all your data, all your information is gonna be on the charagma, okay? All your medical information, everything about you, your birth certificate, your driver's license, your passport, which we brought the scripture out on the line, I want to say yesterday, because it was me and Elder Bunyumyun out there, teaching on Sunday. It tells you in the Apocrypha, in 2nd Ezra, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? You're going to be restricted from traveling unless you have the charagma. Another thing too, what we see as far as this government shutdown and people not being able to get their their government assistance, you know, they're being withheld from them for a month during this government shutdown. There's basically a social experiment, and we'll get the definition of that also. You know, you people pretty much experiencing life without those damn benefits that this government gives you. This is a social experiment. This is a trial run to see how you're going to react. You know, when they really bring the main event, because when the Quran was made mandatory, you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. You know, so by you crashing out, by not having EBT, you already failed the test, man. You know, no one's crying for your how about Shem Yahushua. It's all about government. Give me my benefits back. The government don't give a damn about you. You know, they will nurture you for an appointed time, you know, for a certain amount of time. Then they will cut you off. That's pursuant to the prophecy, man. That's in Revelation, the 12th chapter, you know. But anywho, let's get back in this article here. Back in the article, man. Okay. Neuralink reported that Paul is now collaborating with the company's engineers to explore additional applications for the implant. And you want to know what that main application is? Buying and selling. You know? Now, everything else is extra. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be able to do all that too. You know? Connect to the internet. You know, your telephone. You know? You're going to be the damn phone. You're going to be the damn internet. All this is going to be in the charagma. But also, it's going to be the new money. You know? Now, reading this again, Neuralink reported that Paul is now collaborating with the company's engineers to explore additional applications for the implant, including playing his favorite video games, such as Dawn of War, and performing other tasks that could enhance his daily autonomy. Now, I speak as a man, but I believe, you know, the reason why, you know, there's such a interest for these trial run patients to play video games with the charagma first, because, you know, you got to think about it. You know, look at people in today's time, how everyone is caught up in social media. You know, now we understand that social media is not PlayStation or Xbox, but it's like unto it, because when you think about video games, it's basically virtual reality. Same thing as social media. That's a form of virtual reality. So, you know, we'll see how it goes down when the charagma was made mandatory, but it's pretty much going to be a virtual reality like world, you know? And I showed something a while back that there was a YouTube series known as H+. Let me see if I can pull it up for you real quick. Let's see if we can find that. All right. Just give me a second. They probably took it off of YouTube. And if it's still up there, that means, you know, the Holy Spirit still wants to be up there. All right. We're going to type in H+. Yeah, you know what? It's in my history. Oh, wow. The Wadi How about Shem Yahushua. It's still up. And you know what? It's a short TV series, you know.
Sorry, I know that.
Now, I'm not going to play all these episodes for you. I'm not even going to play the whole first episode, but I want to show something. All right. Now, check this out. It says merging man and machine. Hey, computers in the brain. You see that? Computers in the brain. You know, question mark. Sounds like science fiction, question mark. But it's not science fiction. This is the reality of the Bible. You know? That's why it's happening. Now you could be like, you know what? That's a damn TV series. The other one we showed, you know, called Intelligence, that's a TV series. But you're gonna see when it really happens, man. You know, this thing is very real. Okay. Let me see something. I want to see how much I can play for you.
Sound like science fiction? Well, not according.
Let me cut up the volume. And Lord willing, is edifying. All right. I'm not gonna play it all because I don't want YouTube to act up. But you see, it says here, a new breakthrough in implantation technology. Now it says up here, medical implant interfaces the body. And you know what? This is really happening today by way of Neuralink. You know? And see, by way of Esau Edom creating these different TV series, and you know, and they'll show you the charagma in certain movies. You know, that's their way of, you know, pretty much prophesying to you what's gonna come to pass. Okay, it's called Revelation of the Method. You know, and it's also a way that they predictively program you. They'll show you what they're going to do before they do it. All right. And H Plus, this came out, well, like I said, 13 years ago. You know, look at our different episodes here. You can watch this for yourself. All right. But it's all about the charagma.
Technology might just pave the way.
Computers in the brain? Sound like science fiction? Well, not according to H Plus Nano. The company has just released a medical implant that they...
Right. I don't want to let it play the entire way through. But they pretty much show you people connected to the internet. You know?
H plus. The world is in you. You're always online.
You're always online. You know? You're always connected. Because now you're really a part of the internet. This is totally demonic, man. But this is the world that they want. This is where we are, you know? This is where we are with it. This is where we're headed. Okay? So I just wanted to show you that real quick, but we're going to go back to the article. We're going to run through it because I have another article I want to share as well, okay? So let's finish this out. Now, we read that already. Jump down here. Now it says, the UK implant represents a significant expansion of Neuralink's human trials. Founded by Musk in 2016. That's a lie. He didn't find it. Or he's not the founder, but he bought it. Okay. When you do the research on Neuralink, you know. Founded by Musk in 2016, the neurotechnology company specializes in developing fully implantable brain-computer interfaces designed to assist people with paralysis. You know, this is the backstory they give you, but it's far deeper than that. Because the future is that they want everyone to have this. People with paralysis, they're just test dummies. Neuralink's main device, known as the Link, that's what they call their charagma, the Link. On that one movie called Upgrade, y'all should check that out if you haven't seen it. You know, in that movie Upgrade, they call that charagma STEM. It was called STEM, you know, but Neuralink are calling their device the Link, you know. No, it says contains a small neural CHIP with 64 thin threads that can detect brain signals, allowing users to control digital devices through thought alone. And that's why they're calling it their telepathy device. We read that earlier. As of Monday, as of today, and you know, you can say Monday's over. You know, technically we're in Tuesday now. You know, if you go by the way of the Lord, you know, because a day really begins in the evening, you know. So as of Monday, you could say yesterday, a total of 13 humans have received Neuralink brain implants. Right, because at first it was 12, but with this UK implant being you know, put in someone, now there's 13. There's a total of 13 people that have it now. All right. A total of 13 humans have received Neuralink brain implants and are actively participating in the company's ongoing trials. So this is the end. This is the end game. All right. And this is breaking news. All right. Also, what you have to think about, as we mentioned before, there's a lot of, you know, countries and a lot of companies working on the same technology, man. You know, China's working on the Charagma. Okay. And this article here, this came out earlier this year. It says Chinese brain CHIP project speeds up human trials after first success. And see, the reason why you are witnessing this, China wants to you know, pretty much beat Neuralink. You know, it's a race to the Charagma. Who can perfect it? You know, as far as the one in your head, you already see the one that they're putting in people's hands. All right. But the one they want to put in your head, that's the one they really want to perfect, because that one connects you to the internet. And it will be total control, man. All right. With the one they want to put in your head, they can control your mind. They can control your thoughts. All right. They control what you see on the internet. So it just stands to reason, if that Quran was put inside of you, they can control you. Completely control your mind. All right. So let's read a little bit of this. It says the Chinese Institute for Brain Research and New Cyber Neurotech have inserted a semi-invasive wireless brain CHIP into 3 patients this past month. And this information right here is old. This came out March 31st, 2025. So they could have put it in a lot more people, you know, by now. Okay. We'll read just a little bit of this. Beijing, a tie-up between a Chinese research institute and tech company, said on March 31st that it aims to implant its brain CHIP into they'll slip of the tongue, forgive me for that, into 13 people by the end of 2025. And you know what? Neuralink has already put it in 13 people. We just read that. Let's go back to it. You know, as of Monday, you know, which we're coming out of Monday, you could say we're in Tuesday now. All right. Neuralink has put the Charagma in 13 people. You know, but you go back to this older article here, you know, that deals with China. They're hoping by the end of this year to have put their Charagma into 13 people, you know, in a move that could see it overtake Mr. Elon Musk's Neuralink in collecting patient data. Wait a minute. So it's deeper than them wanting to help you. If you got paralysis, it's all about collecting patient data. You know, you're a goddamn test study, man. You're a test study. You're a test subject. All right. They put that in those people to learn about them. Okay. How does the body react with this device inside of it? Okay. What is this device learning about the human body? All right. How compatible is it inside of the human body? They're studying you, man. You know? So China could possibly be behind. You know, once again, to be fair, this information is a little older, you know, but I'm going to say this, Elon Musk, you know, his company Neuralink already put it inside of 13 people. So now we'll see what China's going to do. You know, the race to the charagma, the one they want to put in your head. Who can get it right first? The Beijing-based Chinese Institute for Brain Research, CIBR, and New Cyber Neurotech have implanted Bineo #1. That's what they call their charagma, a semi-invasive wireless brain CHIP, into 3 patients in the past month, and have 10 more lined up for 2025. Yeah, so they may get all 13. They already got 3. They may hit that 10 more and some. All right. And this was said by Dr. Luo Minmin, director of CIBR and New Cyber's chief scientist. State-owned New Cyber has ambitions for an even larger trial. Let's read that again. State-owned New Cyber has ambitions for an even larger trial, way beyond 13 people. There could be hundreds, okay? Thousands, you know? Which Apostle Hart said this years ago, the MOTB is going to start in China. You know? We already see they have that social credit system, okay? So it's the perfect, you know, model and set up for what they want to bring to Babylon the Great, you know? And that's pretty much the point on this, you know? Oh, check this out. Let's read just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, and we'll get some scriptures to close out, all right? After getting regulatory approval next year, we will do formal clinical trials that will include around 50 patients. Right. So going back to what it said here, that they're hoping for an even larger trial. You know? You know? Yeah. 50 patients. And there could possibly be hundreds, you know? They tell you what they want you to know. All right? But they let us know enough to where we can go into these prophecies. All right. So that's pretty much it. You know, that's the point right there. Okay. This thing is here, man. Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon earth. So, Lord willing, we keep the faith. We keep this truth. The Lord is going to protect us from the hour of temptation. All right. And firstly, he gave us the faith in him and the understanding of this truth to know not to take the mark of the beast. Okay. He gave you the knowledge and understanding to know not to take it, to stay away from it, because you know what that thing is. All right. And this thing is going to come up on the whole world as a trap. All right. It's being marketed as convenience. You know, it can help you. It can save lives. All right. Make the blind see again. You know, make it to where people that are mute, people that are dumb, they can talk again. You know, you connect to the internet, but there are very, you know, sinister means behind this technology. The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. This should come upon all the world, right? To try them to dwell upon earth. This is being tried. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right. This is going to be the ultimate trial, ultimate test. You know, they're going to make it to where you're going to be socially outcasted from the society unless you have the mark. Okay. You're going to be locked out the grid, locked out of convenience. Okay. You're not going to be able to, you know, function within this world, within this man's system, unless you have the mark. All right. So that's it, man. I pray this has been edifying. Abba Ratazai, Father will. I'll see if there's any, you know, precepts on the comment board. I don't see anything, but it's all good, you know. Lord willing, is an edifying video. All right. So with that, we're going to draw this to a closing. I want to give all praise to our power, our Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor unto our elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone. Still well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. Amen. More to come on the MOTB. We ain't seen nothing yet, Jack. Hey, shalom.